Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. A lot of transfer news to get into, including the latest on Nketiah. Federico Chiesa is back on the news. Could he be the backup we signed for Bukayo Saka? What's the latest on Kiwior? And also, obviously, Merino. We were told in the next 48 hours. It's now 24 hours to go. I think we're about to get a here we go very soon. But first, Nketiah, because first I want to know the people who was saying, Marseille are not going to, let's just sell him to Marseille for £23 million. There's no other team that is going to come in for Nketiah. Are you sure? I've always told you guys, I've said it in like 7, 8 different videos. It doesn't matter how much Arsenal fans don't rate Nketiah, you just don't throw away a play because you don't like him. No, we have to get that 30 million. Whichever way, we have to get that 30 million. We are not going to accept 15 million bids, 17 million bids, 23 million bids. No, you wait until you get the money for that player. It's not only Marseille that is going to want him, as I've said as well. Even the team that you're going to talk about in this video, it's not the only team that is going to want him. Another team is going to come in for him, and eventually going to get that 30 million. A team like Tottenham, they're able to get Oliver Skip with 25 million for Oliver Skip. So why should we sell Nketiah for less than what we want? Is Oliver Skip better than Nketiah? Has he proved himself more than Nketiah in the Premier League? The answer is no. So we should be able to get more than what Tottenham are getting for Oliver Skip from Leicester. So you hold out for the money. We are going to get the money. You don't just sell a player because you're just desperate to get rid of the player. It doesn't work like that. I usually dislike it when Arsenal fans just say, no, just sell him. Just take whatever they're giving us. No, it doesn't work like that. You don't just throw away a player. So this is the latest news. David Armstead has just broken it. Nottingham Forest working on a deal to sign Nketiah from Arsenal. 25 million, including add-ons. Opening bid rejected, but talks continue. Nottingham's top striker target. FC wants 30 to 35 million. Crystal Palace retain interest, but no current club-to-club talk. So Nottingham Forest have made their first bid. It has been rejected, rightly so. If you're not getting anywhere near 30 million, no, thank you. Another thing I've always said is it doesn't really even have to be 30 million cash right away. Even if it means 25 million plus 5 million in add-ons later on, or they're paying 30 million, but they're paying us 20 million right now and then 10 million later on, that is fine. I even was happy to accept a loan deal with an obligation to buy. 2 weeks ago, I said, like, if a team is coming in at 30 million, but they tell us you're not going to pay this time right away, you're going to pay next season, you're going to loan him to us this season, and then you're going to sign him next one for 30 million. That is also fine. So I don't think we are being too crazy with the money that we're asking for. It's not like we're asking for 50 million plus add-ons. That would be a lot for Nketiah, but 30 million pounds, I don't think that is too much. It doesn't matter how much we Arsenal fans don't rate him. Doesn't matter whether he's not going to take us to the Premier League title, how many chances he misses. Doesn't matter at all. Aston Villa want like 50 million for Duran. What has Duran proved in the Premier League up to now? Not much. As I said, Oliver Skip to Leicester from Tottenham. Oliver Skip doesn't even play. They're about to get 25 million for him. So why should we sell a player that has played for Arsenal a lot the last 4 seasons? He's gained the experience at Arsenal. He has scored goals for Arsenal before in the Premier League. He scored a goal in the Champions League last season. He has that experience. Why should we let him go for 15 million just because we don't like him? I don't agree with that. So I'm very, very happy that Arsenal rejected the bid from Marseille. Let them move on. They're not the only team that is going to want him. Crystal Palace is back in for him. Nottingham Forest is back in for him. I'm sure before the end of the transfer window, you're going to hear Monaco one team, Getafe one team. You might even hear Bilbao one team, teams like that. As long as we get that money for him, doesn't matter. We're not going to just sell a player because Arsenal fans don't like him. That's not how it works at all. Get that 30 million for Nketiah. We've gotten 27 million plus 7 million in add-ons for Smith Rowe. That is good business. That is very good business. You just don't throw away players. There's also this from David Armstead as well. Nottingham Forest have made Ed Nketiah their top target to strengthen in attack, with Arsenal expected by suitors to hold off for a price in the region of 30 to 35 million. Crystal Palace retain a long-standing admiration and have spoken to Arsenal, although currently they are not in dialogue to the extent of Forest. So Crystal Palace are not as advanced in terms of talks as Nottingham Forest are with Arsenal regarding Ed Nketiah, but maybe Crystal Palace come back for him. I watched the game over the weekend. They had sub off Mateta because he's been playing at the Olympics and he's had a very busy summer for France. They brought in Edouard. Is it the answer? Is it still the answer for Crystal Palace? I think Nketiah would fit in at Crystal Palace. Nottingham, from a like personal point of view, from an Eddie Nketiah point of view, will he really feature a lot for Nottingham Forest? Now they have Wood, they have our knee, who's been injured a lot recently. The worry with Nottingham Forest is always the fact that they have a lot of players. They signed so many players, especially like goalkeepers and fullbacks, and then you get there and then you never really play. But for us, we just want our money so that we can spend it elsewhere. I think for now, we all know Eddie Nketiah knows himself that it has come time for him to leave. Arsenal is not really going to feature. People were worried about Eddie Nketiah potentially playing for us over the weekend against Wolves. I wasn't ever worried because we had a bench, we had other players on the bench, and the fact that he didn't really play in one of those games, the Emirates Cup, he didn't play against Wolves as well, is pointing out for him leaving. I don't think he's going to be staying at Arsenal. He knows even if he does stay, he's not going to get a lot of game time at all. He'll just be wasting his time. Pretty much is not going to get any game time. Let's get through this as well. This has been reported a couple of minutes ago. Eddie Nketiah's executive box at the Emirates Stadium was being cleared today. So that is another one. So if his box is being cleared, it definitely means he's going to leave. Eddie Nketiah has already said his goodbyes to his Arsenal teammates. The move to Nottingham Forest is expected to happen. So yeah, the fact he's already said goodbye to his teammates and his executive box in the Emirates Stadium is already being cleared. I don't think they're going to clear it, and then after 2 days they bring back his stuff. I don't think so. So it's fair to say Nketiah is definitely leaving. Looks like it's already almost a done deal. Nottingham Forest is going to be joining them, and I'll be wishing him all the best over there. I think he's going to do well. If he plays for them 38 games out of 38, which is not possible as of now. They also have Wood and our knees. So whichever game he features, if he ends up playing 25 games for them, I think he's going to, take the experience he's gained at Arsenal and playing with, very, very good players at Arsenal and playing under Wenger, playing under Arteta, playing under Emery. He's going to take some experience there. So we're not just going to throw away a player for 10 million. No, let's get that 30 million. Even if it's add-ons later on, that is absolutely fine. Then lastly, on Eddie, Nottingham Forest remain in the dialogue with Arsenal over Eddie Nketiah. Forest are joined by Crystal Palace. This was from Sky Sports South, basically the same thing as David Ornstein. But yeah, it looks very likely that Eddie Nketiah will be leaving Arsenal this week before the Wolves game. So that's the latest on him. What's the latest on Mikel Merino? Could we have a double deal this week? It looks very likely we're going to sell Eddie Nketiah and buy Mikel Merino. This is the latest on him. Arsenal on course to complete the signing of Mikel Merino within the next 24 hours. Gimme Sports sources have revealed. The club are close to being given the green light to complete formalities and put Merino through medical tests. So hopefully we can get all this done. Maybe get a here we go by tomorrow, and then the player can travel to England, maybe get his medical done by Wednesday, and then have an announcement on Thursday or Friday or something, and then he's ready at least to be on the bench against Aston Villa. Now, I wouldn't really expect him to feature against Aston Villa. That is a very tough team for us. We all know what went down last season against Aston Villa, twice home and away. I don't think it's easy to just come in and just play right away. As you've seen with Calafiori, he's not even started a game for Arsenal yet. He's been here for like 3 weeks. He was even there part of the USA tour in Philadelphia. So it's not easy just join this team and play right away. But it would be good to just have, both Calafiori and Merino on that bench, and you look at the rest of the bench and maybe Zinchenko or Timber and then Jorginho or Trossard or Martinelli. That would be a very, very good bench. So Mikel Merino looking very likely to be completing, getting a here we go by tomorrow. Now, the club president for Real Sociedad was asked today, what's the situation in Merino to Arsenal? He did say the one team that you didn't want to come in for Merino was Arsenal. Why? Because he really wanted to go to Arsenal. So if any other team would have come in for him, it would have been easier to reject. But the fact that Arsenal really wanted him and the player really wanted Arsenal, we didn't really want Arsenal to make a bid or anything. But they knew if Arsenal made the bid, the player would be gone because he really wants to join us. So that is really, really good to hear. The president has been speaking about it. They didn't pick him over the weekend in their game. Against which team did they play? Rayo Vallecano or something? He didn't play in that game. So he's going to be an Arsenal player very soon. There's also this from Fabrizio. Mikel Merino is expected to be an Arsenal player very soon. This is basically done. Just formalities, the final stages, the rest of today, and then by tomorrow we get a here we go. As Fabrizio said yesterday, the next 24 to 48 hours, we can say here we go. So it's now 24 hours gone, 24 hours to go. We can get a here we go anytime from now to tomorrow. Get ready to welcome as the second Arsenal signing of the transfer window. Okay, the third after David Raya and Calafiori, but the second, big sighting in terms of players who weren't here last season. So Mikel Merino is on the way to Arsenal. I cannot wait for him to join up with the squad, to join Rice, Partey, and Jorginho in that midfield and make us even stronger. I cannot wait. Our next games are very tough. Aston Villa, Brighton, Tottenham, Man City. We need all the help that we can get. Federico Chiesa. Now, we still don't have a backup for Saka. We saw Saka getting subbed off against Wolves. Martinelli had to be moved to the right side, Trossard to play on the left side. Nelson wasn't really used. You're still expecting Nelson to leave. We still don't have a backup for Saka. We say Jesus can play there, yes. We said Vieira can play there, yes. But we've also heard that Vieira could actually end up moving out on loan. He wasn't on the bench against Wolves. I think he's now fit, but he wasn't on the bench against Wolves. So what are we going to do? Are we going to give Nwaneri the chance to back up Saka, or are we going to sign a player? Now, Federico Chiesa is still available. Juventus have made him available for a long time, but no team has actually signed him. Now, he had injury problems before last season. I think he kind of put that behind him, but the previous season, since the Euros for Italy in 2021, he's had a lot of injuries. I think there's one that kept him out for almost an entire season. So Federico Chiesa's agent has held talks with Arsenal this summer, with his departure looking imminent. His suitor is expected to pay 13 million. So they only want 13 million pounds for Federico Chiesa. Do you guys think it is worth it to take that risk? Do you think we should be trying to pay that 13 million for Federico Chiesa to back up Saka? Now, he usually plays on the left side most of the time, so he can still play as a right winger, but do you think we should be taking a gamble on Federico Chiesa? Obviously, it also depends how much you would want per week. If you want like 70,000, 80,000 a week, you can take a risk for, 3-year deal or something, 2-year deal, 3-year deal less. But would you guys be taking the risk with Chiesa, or would you be looking for a better backup for Bukayo Saka? But Federico Chiesa is still available in the market, and TBR Football are reporting that we are actually looking at him. His departure is imminent, and his agent has held talks with Arsenal this summer. Not recently, but anytime this summer, we've actually held talks with him, so it could still happen. But very unlikely. I don't know if it would still happen. Maybe on loan. Maybe Arsenal take a gamble on loan. Maybe we do sign Merino and do sign another forward player, and then we take a gamble on Chiesa, because we were told we could still sign 2 to 3 players after Mikel Merino. So the third one, I don't think you're just going to pay. I think we could pay, and then maybe loan someone in, or we don't usually buy free players, like players on free. But we could actually end up paying, getting someone on loan like a David Raya, like we did with David Raya, and then maybe with an option to buy next, an obligation to buy, or something like that. Lastly, let's talk about Kiwior. This is what has been reported today by Fabrizio. There's a serious possibility for Jakub Kiwior to leave, but my sources guaranteed to me that as of today, there are no concrete talks with any particular club. My understanding, though, is that Kiwior would love to return to Italy. So this one is one that can still happen. We have to wait and see how it goes. As of now, I don't think it's really going to get too many opportunities this season, unfortunately. We have a lot of players in that position: Calafiori, Zinchenko, Timber, Tomiyasu. We literally have 7 other defenders. Tierney is still an Arsenal player, so Tierney is not going to be sold until he recovers from the injury. He could be here until January. So how many opportunities is Kiwior going to play for? Have to play for us. So I don't think it's going to be too many, unfortunately. I would have loved to keep him, to have two players in each position, but for his own career, would he really want to stay? I doubt, because if he stays, I think he'll only feature in the Carabao Cup. The only reason he played for us that many games last season was because Tomiyasu was not available, Timber was not available, Zinchenko is not available. Who else? Calafiori is not an Arsenal player yet, and we had to use him at left back. He couldn't really be used as centre back because Gabriel and Saliba had to play every single game. So depends, again, just like Nketiah. If someone comes in with a 10 million offer, don't sell him until someone comes with a 20 million offer plus, then that we will accept. So let's see how it goes. But we could have movement with Kiwior, we could have movement with Aaron Ramsdale, we could have movement with Nketiah, we could have movement with we will have movement with Nketiah and Merino. We could have movement with Federico Chiesa and Kiwior, Ramsdale as well. Reece Nelson is still in the news, Fabio Vieira is still in the news, Thomas Partey is still in the news. So a lot of deals expected. But let me know what you make of all that. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys